And for that, we're going to switch back to English because we have Mark Trostle. He's the head of SRT at Motorsports Design for the Chrysler Group here in the U.S. How are you, Mark?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to this, and especially thank you in behalf of all the students of all around the country for this fabulous contest that you have going on there in Detroit.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. We're really excited about it this year. We've opened it up to the whole country this year, so we're excited to see what kind of entries we're going to get.
So can you tell us about it, what it is? It's the Nationwide High School Automotive Design Competition. So what is it about?
Yeah, so what we've done is, and this goes back to, when people think of automotive design, especially young people, they think of engineering. But there's a very good, very lucrative, very exciting career in automotive design or styling where we work on the aesthetics of the vehicle. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to expose a lot of young people, high school students, to the potential of that potential career. I was one of those guys who used to draw cars in my corner of my math book in high school and that. And
when you were bored,
I was fortunate.
When you were bored at school.
Yeah. So it was it's a way to expose people to the field of automotive design, not just the engineering side of it. And so we have this design competition, and we want students grades 10 through 12 to come up with what is the next Dodge vehicle, what is the next performance vehicle that they see, what does it look like, how would it feel, what are the shapes of it. We have some fantastic prizes for it as well. One of the most prestigious design schools in the country is actually located in Detroit, and it's called the College for Creative Studies. So we've teamed up with them, and we actually have a $60,000 scholarship to the college to the winner, provided they're accepted to the college. So we've got all the details as far as how to enter and what type of format to do your sketch or your illustration on can be found at facebook.com/drive4design. And it has all the details about what we're looking for. But we're really excited about seeing what people think of the next generation Dodge, and of course looking at some exciting artwork as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic because as the industry is growing, and it's growing fast, especially the Chrysler Group, you're going to need a lot of people in the near future, right? So this is one of the reasons Chrysler is behind these efforts?
Yeah, it's interesting. You look at the technology use that a lot of young people have today, and what their view is on the automobile or transportation compared to, say, 15 or 20 years ago. So it's a great way for us also to see, what's in the minds of these young people as far as how do they see a car and how do they see the next generation Dodge? What's their take on it, and how can we learn from that? So
grades 10 to 12, that's pretty young, huh? And that's a generation that is not even driving yet.
Yeah, well, exactly. Some of the 10th graders probably don't have driver's licenses yet, but I hope that we can find the passionate car people, the people that love automobiles and love to draw them, and I hope that this is a great way for us to expose somebody to this field and maybe get to put them on the track to be the next designer.
So this is been going on for a couple of years. This is the third year, I understand. Have you seen anything that has caught your attention in the past years?
Yeah, we have, and this is our third year. We started off small, just with the city of Detroit. Last year, we grew to the state of Michigan, and now we wanted to go nationwide with it. And actually, the winner from last year's competition is now a student at the College for Creative Studies studying transportation design, and he's doing fantastic. So I think that's a good success story that we were able to find somebody that had that passion and the talent to be a car designer, and they're now pursuing their dream. And hopefully they'll be working for us in a few years when they graduate.
Yeah, that's fantastic because this is not only the $60,000 scholarship is pretty cool, but more than that, this is like a life-changing opportunity for some of these kids that maybe are fearing going to college and having their parents in debt at the end of that and all that. So this is like something that can really affect someone in a very positive way.
Absolutely. And not only do we have aside from the $60,000 winner, we also, for the other winners, if you will, for the 10th, 11th graders, we have a 3-week design course that will be taught by a professional car designer at the college in Detroit, all room and board taken care of as well, where they get instruction all day long, every day for 3 weeks, and they design a new vehicle. So it's a great way to help them build their portfolio to potentially get into that school when they graduate. And we also for the winners, we are also offering Apple MacBooks as well. So there's some pretty exciting prizes for the winners.
That's great. So, Mark, again, we're talking to Mark Trostle. He's the head of SRT Mopar and Motorsports Design for the Chrysler Group. You were saying that when you were not very interested in the classes at school, you were like sketching little cars in your notebooks there. So, how was your career? I mean, how did your career ended up? I mean, how did you build your career to end up where you are now?
Well, it's an interesting story, and I will say that this car design competition, when I was in high school, it existed in a different form, and I won it. And because I always used to sketch cars, and so I entered this, and I won it, and I ended up going to the College for Creative Studies in Detroit as well. And I always watched the design competition over the years to see, how it was doing, and then it went away for about 15, 20 years or so, and so I put it on my list to bring it back, and so 3 years ago we were able to bring it back, but it really did kick off my design career. I during college had internships at a few different car companies, and at the time I chose Chrysler as the place I wanted to be, and I've been fortunate enough to work with some great people and work on a lot of exciting projects. The Dodge Viper was the last project that I led, so it's a very rewarding and exciting career.
That's fantastic. That's a great story, actually. So, Mark, are you part of the judging? Are you allowed to give anybody who is listening and interested in the contest any advice of what to do, anything that they can make?
Absolutely, yes. We've got some great judges. Myself, Joe Daner, who's the head of the Ram brand, Ralph Gill, who is the head of all of Chrysler Design, plus a few of the instructors from the college as well. And the advice that I would give would be to really think about the future car. What does the next generation Dodge look like? It wants to be something that isn't real familiar. It doesn't look like it would be on the road today. And draw around the car. Show us a front 3/4 of the car. Use some nice colors with the illustration. Something that you'd be proud to hang on your wall.
Yeah, and in specific terms of cars, is there something more important, like for example proportions? And like let's say like somebody might draw like a very huge wheel, and maybe the greenhouse of the gas is not as proportions to that. Is that something important that the judges will look at?
Yeah, that's definitely something that we will look for. Is a person that has the feel and can capture the proportions of a vehicle. A car designer, they always want to cheat the proportions of the vehicle. We always like to draw the wheels a little bit larger. We like to draw the roof or the greenhouse a little bit smaller, make the vehicle feel a little bit wider. So we'll be looking for somebody that has that ability to capture that kind of gesture, that emotion of a car, and really make a normal car feel very exciting in its proportions.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a sports car. It can be anything, right? It can be any vehicle.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We're looking for what they think the next Dodge should be, and if they feel that it's a sedan, then we'll certainly be looking at that. It's all about the design and all about those proportions. Who can capture that the strongest?
That's fabulous. So, the industry is changing faster now. And sometimes things go from sketch to production like much faster than it used to be. Maybe when you started your career, right? So, this is an opportunity to maybe see something pretty soon on the road. At least some idea of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know. Yep.
So, Mark, you say, can you repeat again the address where they can? We're going to post it on our webpage also for the radio audience to look for it. But can you repeat where is it that they can look for it and a little bit of the rules?
Sure. It's facebook.com/drive4design.
Excellent.
And all the details will be found there on how to enter, and we'll even have some pictures of some of the previous winners on that page as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time. Mark Trostle, head of SRT Mopar and Motorsports Design for the Chrysler Group. And by the way, congratulations on the Viper. I mean, that's a fantastic car, and I'm sure it's really well. I mean, like the whole group is doing fantastic. So, I mean,
thank you very much. We're continuing to steam forward, and we're having fun.
Yeah. Oh, one last question. I mean, now that the Chrysler Group is like even more global, I mean, now you have brands that are like also like Ferrari, Maserati, Fiat, Alfa Romeo. Is that included into kind of the mix for the contest? I mean, can people get inspiration from that too?
Absolutely. I think first and foremost, I'm looking for a Dodge. I'm looking to see what they consider a Dodge, but I'm certainly influenced by Ferrari and Maserati and all these other fantastic brands that are within our group. So I'm okay with seeing some of that emotion pulled into it for sure.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon with the results. They announce next year, right?
Yes, March 6th. It will be announced. All the entries need to be in by January 23rd.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a great day.
Este programa fue una producción de National Latino Broadcasting.